Ja, we zijn live.
Good morning.
5, 8, we zijn 1,5 meter.
1,5 meter behind. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
7:30.
It's Charlotte.
It's Charlotte. It's flex time. Early morning flex. I don't think I have ever in my life taught a flex yin class at 7:30 in the morning. So this is going to be interesting. So for this class, it's nice if you grab a block, if you have one at home. If not, it can be a big book, something that can support you.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter is really...
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's a very good option. But it needs to be hardcover. It needs to be a hardcover Harry Potter. And it's nice if you grab a blanket, or if you don't have a blanket, but it's hard to imagine, but if you don't have a blanket, grab a towel that you can fold like this.
Yes.
Yes? Everybody can hear me?
Now I'm going to put the mic in.
Oh, they didn't hear me yet?
Now you...
Yes? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Then we're just gonna get started. Yes? Everybody can hear me? Okay, so we're gonna start seated as I am. And it's nice to grab your block so you can sit on it, or maybe you even like to also place the blanket on top so you have a bit of support underneath your bum. So the main thing is that you don't want to feel any tension here in your knees or any tension here in your ankles. So you want to place something underneath your butt that you feel supported, and it can also be a cushion, meditation cushion if you have one at home, something that supports you, that you can sit nice and tall and there's no tension on the knees. Yes? Good. Everybody can hear me? Perfect. Good. Then we're going to start by rolling the shoulders a few times. This is so delicious to do in the morning. And also the nice thing about practicing at home is that you can make a little bit of sound without having anybody around you thinking that you're doing something weird. You can just sigh out a little bit. Okay, if you want to listen to some music, there's a Spotify list, Yogaground Spotify, but you can also choose your own music. Anything that you enjoy listening to while you're moving slower. So after these few shoulder rolls, we're going to place the hands onto the shoulders, and then we're going to make these circles even bigger. Really wake up circles in the shoulders and the chest area. And if you notice that a little bit of yawning starts to happen because you just got out of bed, allow it to happen. Just feeling those nice rotations in the shoulders, in your chest. Good. Let's do a few more. And feel free to sigh a little bit or make a little bit of sound. I have Ferdy here in front of me, so I feel a bit awkward, but feel free to sigh. Okay, good. He's joining. Perfect. Good. And then release, shake your arms. And then we're going to do a gentle side stretching. So you can just allow one arm to hang by your side, or maybe rest it on your thigh or on the mat or floor next to you. And then you're going to take the other arm up and over to the side. And then just take a breath here. And then we'll move to the other side. So you're going to move like a windmill, but it's not really a windmill. Maybe it's more like a windy tree, but you're sitting down. So there's not really the right or wrong way to do this. You're just following the movement of one arm and the other arm, just breathing into that side body for a moment, feeling the shoulders nice and open. And make sure that you connect with the breath while you make these movements. Yes. Good. So delicious. Waking up all these parts. I don't know how about you, but I always feel a little bit stiff when I just get out of bed. So it's nice to just do a bit of dynamic stretching. Good. Let's do one more. And then release again. Shake it off. Good. We're going to do one more nice warming up of the shoulders. So you're going to bring your arms behind as if you're throwing something behind you. Then just allow the arms to move back, and then you cross them in front and they move back again. Up, away, cross forward and away. Up and back and cross and back. And also, if you're mixing up the way you're doing this, that's okay. Just allow yourself to warm up, to feel a little bit of movement in your shoulders, in your chest, and allowing it to move, and allow yourself to breathe as if you're throwing all those things behind you that don't serve you in this moment, so you can really arrive here in your body for these next 40 minutes of yoga practice with yourself. So just, you can sigh and wave and, so delicious. Good. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Good. And then last, releasing, little shake. And then just allow the hands to rest onto your thighs for a moment. Feel that you're sitting nice and tall, that you feel your sit bones resting on the block or on your cushion or anywhere they are being supported. And then take a moment to close your eyes. And then take a moment to check in with any sensations that you feel from moving shoulders and arms. Take a moment to check how your energy is this morning. How are you sitting here right now? Take a moment to notice how the mind is doing. Without following any thoughts, just noticing them. And then take a moment to notice how your breath is flowing in and how the breath is flowing out. And my voice is going to be here to guide you. So every time you do wander off, see if you can find my voice, find your breath, and connect to this moment again. Feeling your sit bones, feeling a bit of length and space in your upper body. Feeling softness in your eyelids. Relaxation in the face. Softness in your hands. Noticing the flow of the breath in. And noticing the flow of the breath out. Really connecting to this moment. You have these 40 minutes. The rest of the day, you can focus on other things. This time is really just for you. Noticing how the breath flows, noticing how you feel here for a moment. Let's take 3 more breaths on your own pace. And last 2. And 1 more breath. Then keeping that same softness in your face, just gently allow your eyes to blink open. And then keeping a soft gaze in front of you for a moment, just feeling yourself present. Noticing the breath in and noticing the breath out. Good. Then from here, you're going to come off the block or the cushion, finding your way into a tabletop position for a moment. So you're going to bring your hands underneath the shoulders and your knees underneath the hips, but there's no perfect alignment here, so you can find any position for the hands and the knees where they feel nice and supported. And then we're just going to move around a little bit. So any movement that comes without thinking about it, and maybe moving a little bit slower here, so you can just really feel what feels nice in my body. Maybe you like to move a little bit in cat-cow, but see if you can do slow motion cat-cow. So you're really taking your time to feel the body, taking your time to allow the body to wake up a little bit. Any movements are allowed as long as it feels good in your body. And it's also nice to maybe close your eyes here for another moment so you can really check in with what feels good in your body. Maybe giving it a nice long stretch, maybe making a few round circles around the wrist, or pretending that your torso is a washing machine, making a few circles. And all that I'm saying are just suggestions. So feel free to move however feels good in your body. And we're going to be here 3 more breaths. So move however you like. Check in with synchronizing your breath and how you move. And then once you feel complete, you're finishing in a child's pose position, allowing your hips to sink back, allowing your upper body to rest onto your thighs, allowing the forehead to maybe rest on your hands or on the mat, and allow your shoulders to become soft. And if you like, you can close your eyes here again. And then take a moment to feel how the belly moves on your thighs. Can you feel the belly becoming big with your inhale? And can you feel how it softens and relaxes with your exhale? Noticing the flow of the breath and noticing the movement of your breath. Really giving yourself time to feel, to check in, to wake up the body, to be present to the body. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Softness in your hands and fingers. Softness in the muscles in your face. And allow your hips to really sink heavy. Last breath. Good. Then with your next inhale, very slowly finding your way back to that tabletop position. And then we're going to bring the left knee to the center. And we're going to take the right leg all the way forward and cross it over the left. So both knees are stacked in front of each other. Then you open your feet really wide out to the side. And then very slowly allow the body weight to sink all the way back until you're sitting between those heels at the back of your mat. If this feels way too much for the hips or the knees, you can grab your block, maybe with your cushion, and then sit on top of it. So you have a little bit of extra height to not put too much pressure onto the hips or the knees. And then once you're in this position, you can either grab your ankles or you can allow the hands to rest onto the thigh, onto your lap for a moment. And then we're sitting tall here for a moment. So allow yourself to lengthen through the spine. And then you can close your eyes and go back into how is this feeling in my body this morning? And I always really like to combine finding a bit of a stretch in your body with also finding a bit of movement. So if any tendency comes up to maybe roll your shoulders here, or to maybe massage your wrist joints by circling your hands, or maybe gently moving the neck forward, one shoulder to the other. Feel free to also find a little bit of nice, gentle movement while you're sitting there. And then once you have felt these areas where you wanted to move a little bit, you can also take a moment to check in with just sitting still here. Finding the flow of the breath. Keep coming back to this moment. And every time you notice that the mind wanders, you know that you can come back. You know that you can be present here. Just listening maybe to the sound of the breath coming in and to the sound of the breath flowing out. And noticing all that you feel here in your hips. Noticing if this feels nice or if you feel any resistance. It's all good. Just allow it to be. And then for the second part, if you want to come into a tiny forward fold, feel free to move the upper body a little bit forward, maybe walking your hands onto the mat and allowing the head to drop. But if that feels too much, then please just feel free to sit up tall. That's a perfect variation as well. So you choose which one suits your body. If you want to come into a gentle forward fold, you can allow your hands to walk forward, bringing the forehead into the direction of your knees. So choose the one that suits you. We're just going to be here for about 5 more breaths. And if you're in the forward fold, maybe you like to find that breath all the way to the back of your lungs, feeling the movement of the breath in the back body, noticing how the spine moves with your breath, and noticing how the shoulder blades even move with your breath. Softness in your face still. And let's take 2 last breaths here. And one last breath. Good. Then from wherever you are, either in the forward fold or still sitting tall, slowly start to find your way all the way back forward until you land back onto your knees and you have the support of your hands underneath the shoulders. Then you're going to uncross your legs. So you place them back next to each other in that tabletop position. And then just feel free to play a little bit with any counter movement that comes natural. So you're not thinking about it, you're just following any movement that feels nice to release a little bit in the hips, maybe gently shaking your hips right and left, as if you have a tail that you're wiggling, crisping, I don't know how you say that in English. Maybe a few circles, anything that feels good. And you can close your eyes here again, so you go into the feeling. And then slowly finding your way into that neutral tabletop and then transitioning to the other side. So the right knee is going to the center. And you're going to take the left leg all the way forward and cross it over the right. And then you open your feet wide out to the side. Yes, very good. And then very slowly allow your way to move back until the sit bones, your hips, land between the feet. And this side can feel very different. So maybe here it's okay without the support. But if you feel any pain, any too much tension in your knees or in your hip, then please grab a cushion, grab your block and sit on top of it so you have a bit more height. And I'm not here to see you. So check with yourself. Is this feeling okay in my body? Knees are on top of each other. And then for the first part, we're just going to sit nice and tall. Let your hands rest wherever they feel comfortable for you. Allow your shoulders to be nice and soft. And if you like, you can close your eyes, taking a moment to check in with how is it feeling here? How am I breathing here? Can I maybe even deepen my breath a little bit to feel it in my belly again? And can I soften into this? So even if I feel that there's a little bit of tension here, can I allow my breath to make it softer? Can I use my breath to make it a bit softer? Allowing the muscles of your face to be soft, allow your jaw to be relaxed, and keep coming back to you. Keep coming back to this moment, feeling your sit bones, feeling a bit of length in the spine, feeling a bit of lightness in your upper body, and noticing the movement of the breath in, and noticing the movement of the breath out. And it's so nice that when you're in these poses for a little bit longer, that you can practice to come back to yourself. That if the mind wanders, that's okay. That's what minds tend to do all the time. But that you can come back and then listen to that silence that is there. Just the breath, using the breath to stay present. Good. Then for the second part here, again, if you like, stay where you are for another minute or so. But if you like, you can also find that forward fold. Just a gentle rounding of the spine, allowing the sit bones to move back, just finding that roundness in the spine from the tailbone to the neck. Without forcing it, you don't need to pull yourself all the way forward. Just a gentle forward fold. But if that feels too intense, you know, sitting tall is a perfect option. And then maybe close your eyes again. If you feel that there's any movement in the neck, feel free. Just maybe moving it gently side to side. Allow all the muscles of your face to stay soft. And we're breathing here again. Good. I'm staying tall. Good. Last few cycles of breath here. My nose is itchy. Good. And then to come out, either if you're sitting tall or if you're in that forward fold, you use your hands to gently pull yourself back forward so you're back onto your knees, and then you uncross your legs and bring them back next to each other. And then again, find any type of movement that feels nice and releasing. Maybe you even like to shake your legs behind one after the other, giving them nice releasing, letting go shake, or any gentle rocking or circling, anything that feels good in your body, just follow it. And then once you have completed that movement, you can find your way into a child's pose again. Any child's pose. So maybe you like to bring the knees a bit wider, maybe they're close together. Any way that you can feel that your upper body is resting onto your thighs. And then allow the face to become completely soft again. And notice the movement of your breath in your belly. Notice how the breath expands the belly with your inhale. And notice how the breath helps you to relax in the belly when you exhale. Notice how the belly becomes big and expands with your inhale. And notice how you soften in this area when you exhale. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, feel the expansion. And exhale, feel the softening and letting go. And then from your child's pose, very slowly rounding your spine up until you're sitting on your heels. Then you can shift your body weight to the side so you can swoop those legs forward. And then placing the feet flat onto the mat and then come to lay on your back. So you want to have this constructive resting pose in which the sacrum, the lowest part of the spine, and the shoulder blades are completely supported. Then bring your arms a little bit away from the body and the palms of your hands are turned up. And then take a moment to really feel if back body is being supported. If it feels a bit much, you can always allow the knees to gently rest together, but if it feels okay, you would just allow them to stay apart. And then take a moment to feel the front side of your body, all the way from the throat to the lower abdomen. And notice how it moves with the breath. And see if you can feel that it becomes soft. Soft in your chest, soft in your belly, but also soft in the space underneath your ribs. Feeling the whole front side of your body, the center of your body becoming soft. And allow the weight of your body to be completely supported by the mat, by the ground underneath. Feeling the palms of your hands sensitive and just checking in with the flow of your breath here for a moment. Feeling your feet on the mat. And just take a moment to maybe appreciate this moment. How nice to be here with myself on my yoga mat. Nothing else matters in this moment. I can just be here. I can be here present with my breath, and I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to work for anybody else. I can just be here, present with myself. How nice is this? Good. Then, if the knees are resting together, slowly allow them to move apart. And then take a moment to feel both feet nice and steady on the mat. And then with an inhale, lift your right leg up. And the knee can be bent. It doesn't have to be a straight leg. But take a moment to maybe feel, how is the back of your leg doing this Wednesday morning? Yes, good. And then start to circle that right ankle a few rounds, massaging your ankle joint. Right and left, and maybe point and flex, and maybe gently push that heel away from you, feeling the back of your leg. And if you feel like it, you can also grab the back of your leg and give it a gentle pull, so you just feel that opening at the back of your leg. But if that feels too much, just allow the arms to stay by your side and just focus on the ankle for a moment. You choose. If you need an extra stretch, you know what to do. If that feels a bit much, then feel free to not do it. Good, then give that right leg a nice shake, and then place the outside of your right ankle on top of the left thigh, and then use your right hand to gently move that right knee a little bit away. And for today's class, we're just going to hold here. So if you feel the tendency to go and lift your left leg and grab the back of your thigh, then see if you can resist that tendency for a moment, and just allow this gentle hip opening to be supported. Arms can rest by your side again, but you can also place the hands onto your body for a moment if you like, on your belly or your heart space. Anything that feels nice. And then you can close your eyes. Finding the breath here for a moment. Noticing that movement of the breath again. And also feeling the backside of your body resting. Feeling the softness in your eyelids, in your face. And noticing how the belly moves with your breath. This time is just for you. It's so nice to have this time for yourself, to check in with yourself, to feel, to not have to do anything for anybody else, just be here present with you. It's so nice. Last few cycles of breath here. Yeah. Good. Then from here, if your arms are resting on your body, allow them to move out to the side. Then start to flex the foot, right foot, firmly. So you're really bringing the toes into the direction of your knee. And then very slowly allow that right foot to move all the way over to the left until it lands on the floor next to you. The left leg can move a little bit in, so there's a bit more space. And then you can use your left hand to gently move that right knee a little bit away, but if that feels too much, you can just allow it to move towards you a bit. So you find this nice hip opening, gentle twist combination. And then you can choose if you want to open your arms wide out and allow the head to fall opposite way. So you're taking the gaze away from the knee, but if that feels too much in the neck, you can also allow the head to stay neutral. You choose. And then breathing a bit into that length that you feel on the right side of your body, but also on the outside of the right hip. And just allow everything to become soft here again, the hands and the fingers, but also allow the shoulder blades to become soft. Allow the muscles of your face to soften. And then check in with the movement of the breath again, in and slowly out. In and slowly out. And know that you can come back here anytime. And then bringing your awareness to the center of your body again, feeling that strong breastbone, that strong sternum. And then take a moment to notice how this area feels. And if you feel any tension there, allow it to soften, allow it to release for now. And then from the sternum, lowering your awareness to the solar plexus, that soft part right underneath the sternum, that part that when you touch it, it feels a bit strange. And then also noticing how is this area feeling. And allow it to soften. And then lowering your awareness to the navel. And also allow this area to soften. We're going to take a few last slow breaths here. And then with the next inhale that comes, very slowly moving yourself back to the center by placing the left foot back onto the mat. And then the right ankle is still on top of your thigh. And then you can take that right leg up towards the ceiling first. Give it a releasing shake all the way from the hip to the toes. Just letting go. And then slowly place that right foot back onto the mat next to the left. So both legs are steady. Then to find a bit of counter movement for the hips, if you like, you can do a few windshield wipes. Anyway, any speed, any tempo that you enjoy. So maybe you like to do it quite lazy, a bit slow, but maybe you like to do it a bit faster. You choose the pace that feels nice to move. Good. And then after a few rounds, you feel complete, you find your way back to the center, placing the feet about the same distance as the sit bones again, feeling the sacrum and the shoulder blades completely supported. And then with your inhale, left leg moves up. And then same thing, if you like to give it a gentle pull to feel that hamstring, but you can also just keep the knee bend and massage the ankle joint. Anything that feels nice here, just checking in with this ankle, with the leg. And make sure that you make those circles right and left, not just one direction, so you can really feel which side feels better. Point and flex and anything that feels nice. And then maybe make the circles a bit slower. If you feel a bit of a tingly sensation in that leg, that's okay, don't worry about it. And then give it a nice shaky, 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 and place the outside of the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Then you can use your left hand to gently move that left knee a bit away, but if that feels too much, then just allow it to be. And then we're going to hold here in this rested, supported variation. So you can bring the arms wide out to the side again, or you can allow them to rest on your body. You choose which one serves you. You choose which one makes you feel nice, because that's what it's all about, that you feel nice, that you're here checking in with you. Feeling the shoulder blades supported again, feeling the sacrum supported, and just noticing the breath flowing in and out. Feeling the hand palms and the fingers soft. Feeling the arms heavy, either resting on your body or heavy by your side. And then take a moment to bring the awareness to the center of your forehead. And notice this area soft and light. And then notice the middle fingers. And feel the middle fingers soft. And then notice the line between the middle fingers all the way up to the center of your forehead. And from the center of your forehead all the way back to the middle fingers. And maybe you even feel that breath moving from the middle fingers to the center of your forehead. And then with your exhale from the center of your forehead back to the middle fingers and out. Just visualizing the breath flowing for a moment, in through the middle fingers to the center of the forehead, and from the center of your forehead out through the middle fingers. Just a few of those rounds. And if you don't see it or feel it, that's okay. Just notice the natural flow of the breath. And then from here, we're going to move into that gentle twist. So maybe you need to move that left knee a little bit away from you again, and then flex the foot as much as you can. Allow the arms to move out to the side, and then very slowly start to take that left foot all the way over until it lands on the floor next to you. If you need to move that right foot a little bit closer into the hip, then please do. And if you notice that the knee falls all the way towards you, then maybe use your right hand to move that knee a little bit away again. But if that feels too much, you can also allow it to come a bit closer. You choose. And then feeling that twist by opening arms wide out to the side, and maybe allow the head to fall opposite direction. So you're looking towards the left hand. But if that feels too much in the neck, you know that you can always keep the head neutral. You can close your eyes again if that feels nice. You check in with you, noticing the breath. And if you liked the visualization of the breath from the middle fingers to the center of the forehead, and from the center of the forehead out through the middle fingers, then feel free to find that flow again. Inhaling through the middle fingers to the center of the forehead, and from the center of the forehead out of your arms through the middle fingers. Allow the face to stay soft. Allow your jaw to be relaxed. Feeling the breath moving. Feeling the body softening. Very good. You're still here. On your mat, still present just with you. how nice this is. What a nice way to start your day. What a nice way to wake up, to be with yourself, to notice your breath. Good. Last few cycles here. And then coming back to your breath. And when your next inhale comes, you very slowly find your way back to the center. Allow the right foot to land back onto the mat. Left ankle is still on the thigh, and then you take that up towards the ceiling and give it a nice releasing shake. And then you can take both legs and give both legs a good shake all the way from the hips to the feet, and allow the hips to be heavy. You're just releasing those legs up, and if you like, both ankles a nice circling massage, even your hands, anything. And then give the knees a good squeeze. Maybe find a little bit of gentle rocky movement or circling a few rounds. Good. And then finding your way onto your side, right or left, into a fetal position. And then we're going to set up for the last pose already. Yes, perfect. Last pose of this morning flex practice. So if you enjoy this fetal position, give yourself a breath here. Allow your face to be soft, your eyes to be closed. And then from this fetal position, gently press yourself up so we can set up for the last one. So it's going to be a gentle chest and heart opening pose. You can either use just the blanket or your towel and place it behind you on the mat. It's going to go at the back of your heart, support between the shoulder blades. But if you find this a little bit low, you can also use the block, but it can be a bit hard. So maybe you like to place your blanket on top of the block. But you feel for yourself how high this needs to be. And then you're going to sit in front of it with your feet flat onto the mat and very slowly allow yourself to come down onto your forearms, and then take a moment to check if it's not too low in the lumbar spine, in the hollow part, and not too high close to the neck, but really supporting that space between your shoulder blades. And then you're going to allow yourself to open over the block. And if you notice that the floor is too far away, that the throat is really wide open, then maybe place something behind your head so that you have a bit of support behind your head. So you want to have this feeling of a nice supporting heart opening pose. As soon as you feel that it's too much, then maybe do not place the block or that high thing underneath, but just a blanket. Something nice to support the back of your heart. And then allow the arms to move wide out to the side so you feel that opening all the way from the shoulder to the shoulder. And then allow the legs to open wide out to the side. Good. If you like, you can also choose to do a little butterfly legs in between if that is something that you enjoy in your body. But if you don't enjoy it, if that feels much, you can just allow the legs to be extended. And if that feels much, you can also keep the feet flat onto the mat. There's so many options. You choose the one that serves you. And then feeling the space that you create in the front side of your body, a nice opening in the chest, in the belly. And then we're going to go back to checking in with that softness that we can feel in the center of our body. So we feel that softness in our heart space, in the sternum area and the chest area. And then we feel that softness in the ribs and in the space underneath your ribs. Can you feel the space underneath the ribs softening? Noticing the movement of your breath in your belly. Noticing that with every next exhale, you can let go a little bit more. These last few minutes on your yoga mat, they're still just for you. So allow yourself to be here, to feel whatever there is. Allow yourself to let go, to soften, and if you like, to sigh it out, to connect to this moment again. Feel free to give yourself a bit of a sigh or a deeper breath. Feeling the weight of your arms resting. Feeling the back side of your body being supported. Feeling your eyelids soft. Just enjoying it here for a moment. Ik heb nog 5 minuten. Oké, perfecto. Ja, dat doe ik ook. Korte begeleide shavasana. So from here, to come out of this pose, very slowly allow the feet to come back onto the mat. Then bring the arms a little bit closer so you have the support of your arms and your legs. And then you roll yourself with the help of your arms and legs back onto that fetal position. Maybe move the block or the blanket out to the side and then come to lay into that fetal position for another moment. Maybe you like to bring the knees even higher so you really feel that roundness in the spine. And maybe you notice that part where the block was supporting or where the blanket was supported, and you take a moment to notice how this area feels. Just feeling this cozy, nurturing pose for a moment. And then from here, we're going to transition into our final resting pose. So you can roll yourself onto your back and extend your legs out towards the corners of the mat. You can bring your arms out to the side and then take a moment to settle in, feeling your sacrum and the shoulder blades completely supported. And then we're going to take 2 sides to finish. Take an inhale, feel the belly grow big. And sigh out. And let's do one more. Inhale, feel your belly grow big. And let it all go. And then allow yourself to soften. Allow the whole body to become heavy. Allow yourself to enjoy Shavasana. Okie do. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. Take your time to enjoy this Shavasana. So thank you so much for joining this Wednesday morning. I hope you have an amazing day, that you enjoy some sunshine, that you take care of yourself, drink some tea or coffee, and hope to see you next time. Thank you.